Thank you so much today for joining me to talk about Mary Pender Greene's concept, developing your virtual personal board of directors. I'd like you to meet everyone to meet. This is Jules Perkél. Jules is a licensed clinical social worker. I really appreciate you taking your time to be here today, Jules.
Yeah, thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Can you share a little bit about your professional roles?
Sure, Amira. So I have historically worked in community-based organizations for the bulk of my career, with the intersection of doing domestic violence work and disability work. And I worked as a program director in that organization for that time. And along with being a program director, I was also a staff therapist because I am trained as a trauma psychotherapist. And I currently now have my own trauma practice in addition to holding space for people in their own learning journeys. That I'm a trainer and I'm a facilitator in gender and racial justice work. And so that is the bulk of what I do and how I move through the world.
That is terrific. And that is all like such important work, Jules. That's absolutely terrific.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So Jules, what was the process like for you to form a virtual personal board of directors?
Well, for me, the process really entailed getting in touch with my spirit, my body. A lot of the work that I do in this is from a very embodied place. And so for me, the process really entailed getting clear on, what is it that I'm needing right now in my life? And so that really led me to go through the process of asking the questions of like, well, who's in my personal board of directors right now? Who are the mentors and the teachers and the wise guides and the people in my life that help me go deeper with myself and with my practice? So that really entailed a process for me of not only reconnecting with my body and spirit and soul, but also the bodies and the spirits and the souls of those around me who I really trust and value.
Terrific, Jules. And did anything surprise you about your virtual personal board of directors?
You know what? One of the things that I oftentimes remark is that I never think anything is coincidence in life. And when I look at my virtual and personal board of directors, I really can place the intersections that those particular people have come into my life. And although I maintain that that is not haphazard and that's not coincidence, there is a bit of surprise in that, just to reflect, to take a step back and really reflect on that and to see, oh, wow, these are like the 8 to 10 folks that I call on when I am coming to make a decision in my career, or when I'm coming to make a decision in a particular training or workshop that I might be facilitating, or even making a decision if I'm holding space for somebody in their own personal healing journey, to make a decision on like what particular kinds of interventions I might use. And so there is a bit of surprise in the development of how that has come to be, and really just looking at those people and saying, wow, like they're really here for me. I can connect with them whenever I need to, because I'm cultivating that practice of really deepening in that personal connection with them.
Absolutely. That's terrific, Jules. Thank you for sharing that. How has having a virtual personal board of directors impacted your career?
Well, certainly for a lot of the things that I just mentioned, that for me, I believe, and it's my truth, that I cannot do this work by myself, right? And so I'm never under the premise that I'm in here as an individual, as a therapist, or I'm in here as an individual, as a trainer or a facilitator. That for me, having that virtual personal board of directors really allows me to cultivate a deeper sense of community within myself, so that when I come upon those really like tough decisions, I can take a couple minutes within myself and go, okay, what would so-and-so be telling me to do right now? Or this elder of mine, what would be their wisdom? What would be their guidance that they would impart to me? And so that has really allowed me in my career to come in with an alignment with my core values.
Yeah.
Right? Because that virtual board and personal board of directors holds me accountable to being in alignment with my core values. And that has really allowed me to flourish in the building of my career and where the pathways of that take me to.
Yeah, that is absolutely terrific. Okay, thank you. So Jules, if you were to share with me one single impactful piece of learning, the piece that really stands out to you the most from Mary's book, Creative Mentorship and Career Building Strategies, How to Build Your Virtual Personal Board of Directors, what would that one piece of learning be?
I have to say that I would really, I really tend to gravitate towards the visual. And so going through the actual exercise itself, and there's a worksheet that I did, and I believe it was called the worksheet 1, the virtual personal board of directors. And as I looked at that, the visual of it really helped me to deepen around, well, who is that education officer, or who is that health and wellness expert in my life, or who is that like that professional guru in my life, so on and so forth. So really doing the exercises themselves for me was a very powerful takeaway.
Okay, that's absolutely terrific. And I completely hear you. I feel like what you've talked about today has been so powerful, right? Like in terms of like helping you in your process in so many different ways. And I think I'm just grateful that you're sharing this with us, you know. Is there anything that you'd like, anything you would like to add?
I think the one thing that I'm kind of sitting with in my heart is how important it is to be able to cultivate the relationships with people beyond who we are.
Yeah.
And I've found that the virtual personal board of directors has not only allowed me to deepen in relationship with myself, but it's allowed me to deepen in relationship to the communities that I'm serving, to my family, to my friends, to the people who I hold space for in my practice, for people who come to me wanting to really like talk about some pretty juicy topics, if you could imagine, right? And so I would say that to be able to cultivate a relationship with these people in my life that serve on my board has allowed me to deepen in community and in relationship with other people. So I wish to share that here because I find it to be really important for me.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Jules Perkél, thank you so much for joining me today and for taking this time. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.